Bray. Good morning, Bray. Good morning, friends, family, soul family. Welcome back to Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration. I don't know why there's crumbs on my table. Is that crumbs? So we're going to do a Divine Masculine Feminine Energy report / reading / guided message / whatever I feel like talking about in regards to such / just kidding. So I'm campaigning for Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration, which I do a couple times a year. This year I had to do it like 3 or 4 times because this year I got a lot more attacks than last year in regards to Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration and the messages that I bring, and the people who think that they own spirituality or something. I don't know. People in the Matrix living in some sort of illusion. I don't worry about it too much. We get what we need because the Lord is with us. And I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing for anyone if it was not for Jesus Christ the Lord. Praise Jesus. And I do mean that, even though it sounds like I'm being sarcastic right now. Praise Jesus. It is the truth. It is my truth. It is the truth. And yes, Jesus is the reason for the season. Jesus is the reason that DMGI exists. Jesus is the reason that I'm still alive. So I have a pretty interesting spiritual journey and some things that have happened on my journey that make my journey pretty unique and interesting. Some of my collective knows my story and some of them don't. Some of them could care less and probably shouldn't even be in my collective anyway. So every time I start campaigning, guys, especially if I'm going through stuff in my union, expansion, transformation, and my masculine might happen to be going through his awakening processes. And yeah, so when I'm campaigning for Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration, I'm posting a lot on Facebook, communicating a lot, working a lot, trying to get attention. Draw the right support, funding, clients, information, soul tribe, all of the above. And that's what I'm working on. So Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration has been on Facebook and operating on its own for the very, 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 very most part, all funded by me and my children, basically, me and my family, my household. And I've had maybe a handful of people in 5-6 years now. Let's see. Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration started in 2012. The name changed just a little bit. And in 2013, it became my fan page and my work page. So that's how long I've been having my ministry. And I've done a lot. And when I say a lot, I've done a lot of charitable work for the collective. I've barely accepted any money. I've accepted a lot of source energy and healing and support for the ministry through people helping out, but I've barely received any money. In a total, over that whole period of time, I've probably received under $800. Maybe right around $800, $900. For divine mystical guidance and inspiration, for readings, for the ministry to continue, and for pressing things that went on that I needed to meet in order to keep up with my ministry and continue to bring angelic messages to my collective as a Gaia channel. But it's only been, it's been 2 years since I started my Synergy shop. The name became Synergy Shop. The Facebook name is Today's Synergy, and Today's Synergy Essentials. You'll find my Synergy shop, where you go into the Synergy shop, and that's where you find and learn about all of my Synergy Essentials. And then that's separate from Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration in this Gaia channel. This Gaia channel is connected to DMGI. So the guidance is there for the collective, but it does depend on donations from my collective, and it depends on clients. But I want to, before I go into this reading, I don't want to even say I want to do this. I was woke up and guided by Archangel Michael, and I woke up and got on Facebook at exactly 4:44 and started getting channel messages. And he was letting me know that he does approve of my campaigning, and he does want me to continue to do it and not to worry about the haters that do come along as soon as I start to campaign. As soon as I start to try to raise money and gather support and attention for divine mystical guidance and inspiration, it seems like my collective turns against me. My so-called collective. And then you find out who your friends really are. You find out who's really with the Lord and who's not. Because if the Lord is guiding me to do these things and people are attacking me, that is a very terrible sign, especially if they're attacking you saying that they're of the light in any way. And they're in your personal life. They're commenting on your personal life, giving you advice you didn't want, didn't need, making snide remarks, making videos against what you're talking about, repeating what you're talking about as if it's theirs. There's all type of patterns that happen when people are attacking you, and Archangel Michael always assures me that that's the density, that's the matrix fighting back, that's the resistance. But there's something as old as the first religion in the world, and it's in the Bible, and Jesus spoke about it. Jesus even got his ministry funded. His whole mission was funded by his followers. And he's always reminding me of this, and he's always reminding me that people keep following me on Facebook, following. And it's like I'm just gathering this following, but nobody ever wants to come out of their pockets. Everybody's down for the free guidance all the time. And the rest of my collective comes back and tries to correct me about how to do things when I'm sitting here hearing from Spirit that basically a lot of people are doing it absolutely wrong. And that's why the Lightworker Collective, most of us are still struggling financially, being held down, drowned out, and not heard. And this is why, because we try to campaign and do what we're led to do, and we're shut down. A lot of people who aren't awake don't realize it's happening. I do. I realize it's happening. So Divine Mystical Guidance and Inspiration took a new turn a couple years ago, and it grew. And a lot more support came in. And now people support my ministry in lots of different ways. And they are doing that so I can keep doing what I do. But there are times I have to campaign for financial support, and I have to give free guidance and discounts and reach my collective and do certain things. Like marketing is important for any ministry. But here's what we want to talk about. When you give to God's children, when you give to a godly ministry, and you participate, you don't just give money and walk away. You don't just throw positive energy out and then you've done your job in the universe as if 50 other people haven't done the same thing, right? You need to be paying attention to the ministry you're listening to and how that ministry operates and runs, and the wishes and desires of the person running the ministry. And yes, this is a ministry. It may not be an official organization or church ministry, but it is a spiritual, inspirational, healing arts therapy ministry. It is, and no one can stop me from that. They can attack me for calling it that. They can try to make it seem like it's not that. And let me tell you, the people that want to make it seem like it's not that are either your competition or people who have churches and organizations or networks who see us as competition, who see us as a threat. So when my collective allows them by not supporting, not listening, and not partaking in the guidance and the healing, and then they bring bad karma onto a lot of us for no reason. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we should all be awake enough to understand something. When you give to my ministry, it could be $1, it could be 25 cents, it could be 50 cents. When you take the time to make that effort and put that gesture of source energy towards what I do, especially because that's what I needed. I didn't need a heart transplant. What I actually just needed was a Band-Aid for my finger. You know what I mean? And people try to give me a heart transplant. It's like, no, I really just got a few stitches in my finger and I could use a bandage or a Band-Aid, maybe a little Neosporin, but you're trying to give me a heart transplant. That doesn't make much sense. And then when people run over and put all their money, their energy, their source energy, their efforts into people who aren't necessarily anointed by the Holy Spirit, well, you're not funding anything in the light at that point. You're still funding and supporting the matrix because that person's not anointed. So you know what happens is your seed is not sown there. Nothing comes about from it. There's no infinite divine healing. There's no divine intervention. There's no seed technically to the universe that's been sown because you didn't sow the seed with the person who had the scepter. See, there's always somebody that has a scepter. The angel with the scepter is the anointed one, the guide. And we should understand this by now, whether it be a prophet, whether it be a speaker, whether it be a preacher, a church, any type of ministry. When you put your seeds where God really didn't want you to put those seeds, He doesn't multiply them. So and then you look back at the person, you look back at a ministry like mine and say, I need to do something differently. No. That's why I'm constantly showing you what Spirit says and showing you the synchronicities and showing you that I'm on my path to show you that I'm the person that somebody, I don't know who, but some people in my collective are supposed to be following and sowing into. When you sow where you're not supposed to, that nothing happened. Nothing's multiplied for you, for that ministry, or for any other people. When it's sown, it's multiplied in Satan's kingdom, but it doesn't reach the level of infinity. It doesn't reach the level of God at that point. It's a flat sown seed. You're sowing, and it's like having flat tires. Well, we're entering a new paradigm here. You know, a lot of people want to pretend the internet doesn't exist while they're on the freaking internet, which is crazy to me. Okay, so when you do sow a seed into a ministry like mine that is able to reach a lot of people and is able to attract a lot of people, and the healing that I'm giving is anointed healing, it is divine and infinite healing. It is designed and all guided by the Holy Spirit in order for me to do this ministry, complete my mission, and reach people on a godly level that can't be reached otherwise. I have the power of Christ in this ministry. So it might not look like everybody else's ministry, but the world, if you haven't noticed, is changing. So this is somewhat new, but it's not new at all. that I'm talking to you about right now is not new. This is not new. It's in the Bible. It's in ancient history. It's in every, there would be no religion that ever grew if people didn't sow into it. Okay, so you won't, some people will not stop and sow into a ministry like mine. They want to make it what they think the ministry should be. But God's already made this ministry what He wanted it to be for a reason. You have to have faith and trust in that. And then you run off to these other people who you think are going to give you the message, the healing, and the guidance, and you don't see what I actually see, which is they're probably not. But when you sow in the right place and you sow with the right people, no matter how you choose to sow, if you don't have money and you can't give money, you don't give money. But if you have money and you say, well, I'm not going to give money because, and you make up whatever excuses when you know full well that this ministry is trying to raise funds and money, and you know you're following me for a reason, I wouldn't be so interesting to you for no reason. Right? But you're ignoring the call, many of you. You're ignoring. And it's not just about you giving me money. The way my ministry is designed, you can participate and hear what I have to say. Take part in it. Participate. Hear my offers. Try my offers. Don't pass on. Don't pass on when you've been drawn here. You know, don't just go, oh, no, that's for somebody else. Oh, no, I don't have time for that. You've been drawn here for a reason. You're all following me for a reason. When you sow into the right place, it's a threefold blessing for you. If you drop $5 into my ministry, first you get my blessing that I can bring you with my anointed healing, and then it doesn't stop there. It will continue on like a chain reaction in your life. That's a fact. And you can continue to sow here until it doesn't work for you anymore, or you've grown out of it, or you've been drawn somewhere else, you've done your part, you moved on, it's fine. Or you can stay and still continue to be a part of things because it's that big, it's that exciting, and it offers that much abundance and opportunity. It's not just me doing readings for people. I have a Synergy shop, and you need to check out that Synergy shop. I have opportunities. I have things you should probably check out. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, you just dropped $5 and all that happened, right? Then my ministry on top of that receives a fivefold blessing, meaning God gives me my blessings, which is like twofold. It's like double blessings for me, double portion for me. So that takes care of me and mine. And then everything left over goes back into the ministry, back into the collective, and a threefold blessing for the collective. So you get a threefold blessing, and then the collective of other people on their missions, trying to reach their ascension, trying to get through their ascension and discover their purpose and heal their issues and become whole. You just assisted the collective like magic. Boom. And the universe honors that like magic. It's like a chain reaction. But when you do the opposite and you sow into the matrix, it's a different kind of chain reaction. Then everyone becomes chained to a frequency that's put you on a lull in a repeat cycle that gets you no blessings, that doesn't get you out of the you gain no traction because you're not sowing your source energy and seeds where spirit has so clearly placed in your path. He places me in your path so that you'll do the right things. It's not just, oh, there's the internet, so look, there's just these light workers everywhere. Look at these lit people. Let me just hang them all on my wall and on my tree. Let me attack them. Let me think this is my social life now. Hanging out with anointed people is just part of your social life, right? No. No. I didn't go through what I went through and do years of training, learning, experience. I can go on and on and on and on just so I could have this ministry, just so I could provide these opportunities, just so I could heal myself, just so I could also help others heal. I didn't sacrifice. I didn't give up all the things that I gave up and I'm not complaining. Believe me, regardless, it's still worth it. I still get my wholeness and healing. But it's sad to see the potential And the possibilities with a ministry like mine, and me have to fight this hard and struggle to get my collective to wake up and realize that this is your keys. These are keys you're being handed, and you're just throwing those keys away. You're just tossing them to someone else, or you're just tossing them aside. And Spirit's going, why, what's going on, what's better than the ministry you just found? You can't sow a little here, you can't leave any feedback, likes, you can't come subscribe, you can't hear it out, you can't soak it in as you listen and find that happy space. Am I speaking a different, I'm not doing a good enough job? Like, that's the message my collective sends me every single day. You're not good enough, you're not doing a good enough job. It's not enough for me to stick around. It's not enough for me to sew into. It's not enough for me to take care seriously. It's not enough for me to look at. I got better things to do. Oh, well, I have my own ministry, so bye, see ya. Well, whatever the reasons are that you are drawn and then walk away. Whatever those reasons are, that's probably the distortion energy keeping you from something that would help you on your path, keeping you from someone who can help you on your path. If I have to stay and continue to fight, and if I got to go do what everybody else is doing, and I got to put out more effort than I already have to get my collective to awaken to this, then the mission is a failure. As far as that goes, the ministry is a failure, and I should hang it up and close my doors. I should hang it up and close my doors. That's basically what my collective is saying to me. And Christians will even talk about this who have churches and stuff. To the church, if you don't come to church and you don't participate in the church, it's like a slap in the church's face, and you are basically saying you would rather see them close their doors than to return. Yeah. So that's kind of how it is. It's like, oh. And then you have all these people that are used to going on and just thank you all for supporting my ministry. You're a blessing, like they're all from Hollywood and they have to give honors and thanks constantly. And that's fine. I feel compelled to thank people who support me, whether they're giving me money or they're just giving me love. I feel compelled to do that. And maybe they do too. Maybe they're getting funding and support. I'm not saying other ministries aren't getting support, but mine, no, it don't. And I'm not here to compete with other ministries. Other ministries aren't Gaia. They don't have the keys that I have. They don't. They're not Gaia Everlasting Love. I'm Gaia Everlasting Love. Therefore, I have keys. And if all those keys are for me and they're not for my collective, well, okay, that just doesn't add up and make much sense. So that's what my message is about the threefold and the fivefold blessings and the way that God works when he anoints a ministry, when he anoints someone and they go through the lengthy process of the anointing and the learning and the development of the skills. Okay. Some people just are not getting this. You can pound them over the head all day. They're not getting it. So I'm trying to break this down and explain it to you. This is why my ministry needs to grow. And if you really do support my ministry, please support my ministry. Please do. If you find, if there's a better ministry that makes you feel more connected to Spirit, gives you better guidance, please, by all means. I don't know why you were drawn here. Go there. That's where I want you to be, and I respect you for that. But some of you are drawn here, and then you're just not willing to wake up and see. You won't smell the coffee. It's like, something's brewing here. Sow your seeds so we can all be blessed. Sow your seeds. Okay? I know it sounds very Christian, and anything that sounds Christian or biblical nowadays is like, oh my God, oh God, oh no, she's going to Jesus me. Okay, that was over the top. But that is how some people act. That's how ridiculous it gets. So, yeah, I know that a lot of people have reinvented that wheel and they've made it a matrix thing, and they make you think it's all marketing and prospects and how good videos you do and how well you do all that. And that all is part of it. You do have to do that stuff in the world today. But I could do that stuff all day, but as far as my ministry, it's not going to be a proper ministry if I go putting all my money into it. I go putting all my energy into it and turn it into a matrix thing. Well, then I'm just doing what everybody else is doing, and it was a failure. And then it just becomes another false ministry. Period. And if you look around, everybody's more drawn to the darkness and the fear and the lower density messages. They're not drawn to truth and divine truth. They're not even open to it, barely can recognize it. And then other people complain about that. You want them to awaken and recognize it, but you won't support the leadership that can make that happen. And then people attack people who are supporting good leaders. Oh, you're talking politics, you racist, you slimy human being. You're dabbling in politics. When really half the world's dabbling in pagan satanic witchcraft, and that's okay with you. But if I listen to the president at all or a speech or something, oh my God. And that's what these trolls and minions do. They get out there and wreak havoc on the collective and attack us all. And I'm sorry, but it's the truth. You won't empower the people that can do anything about it. So you're just going to sit and spin in that drama forever until you awaken. And I'm not preaching to the choir here. I know a lot of people say I am. No, I'm not preaching to the choir. I sow my seeds. I do as I'm told. I take what's earned from this ministry, put it back into it. I put into charities that are real. I put into charities that help children. I support that. I encourage that. I reach the people who he does send me. It's like, if you're not sowing into my ministry, well, I'm at least going to invite you. I'm at least going to show it to you. I am going to invite you to give to hungry children. I am going to show you, you are on my Facebook. You are following me for a reason. So I am going to show you what Spirit has me working on, what I see that's beneficial and helpful. And you can participate in that or not participate in it. And you can, if you don't have money to give, that's fine. It's not required. But if you have money, if you have $1, no matter how broke you are, if you have $1 to put into this ministry, you will see blessings come back to you for it. And that's a promise straight from me. Put $1 into my ministry and watch what happens. Put $1 into divine mystical guidance and inspiration, just $1, and see if something doesn't happen. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I challenge you right now to donate $1 to divine mystical guidance and inspiration, to this channel, to the work and efforts that I'm trying to do, and watch if you don't receive a threefold blessing within 3 days of sowing that $1 into my ministry. Okay? If you don't have $1, but you want to try this out, do this. Like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell. Go a step further, leave some feedback, leave a nice comment, leave a heart, leave anything positive in my comment section. Anything that you think of. If you want to go take a break, meditate, think about it, come back later today. Leave a comment. Wish me the best. Wish me love. Actually, go a little bit out of your way. Don't just click a like, click a heart. I did my part. I'm out of here. No, Spirit's not stupid. You can't trick Spirit. Can't hide from God. Have you put some source energy in? Have you made an effort? Have you took a moment to care? Have you took a moment to think about it? Have you took a moment to ask the universe to guide you about it? Do that right now. Ask the universe. Tune into your guides. Tune into your intuition. Would it hurt to give $1 here? Would it hurt to take those actions? Is my message so bizarre, unique, or unrelatable that you're like, I don't even want anybody to ever, I don't even, not only do I not like this guidance, but I don't really want other people to see and hear this guidance. Like, it's crazy stuff. I'm not even going to do it. If that's how you feel about it, then by all means, please do not support me. Do not walk away. That's the only reason you came, was to make that assessment and experience this, so you knew, I guess, so that, whatever. I'm just telling you the truth, the way Spirit shows it to me and the way the angels have taught it to me and the way that it works. So I'm going to go ahead and continue now. I'm going to pull these messages. This will be a part 2 live. I'm sure that it will, because I know what time it's getting to be, and I got to go do a couple of things and come back. But I'm going to go ahead and pull the messages, pull the cards. We're going to look at the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. And we're going to look at the energies at this particular time between the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. You do not have to be a twin flame, but this channel does do twin flame readings, and I am a twin flame. I'm a Blu-ray healer, and I work with twin flames, and I work with light workers, healers, and starseeds. So you don't have to actually be in that category, but perhaps you understand that these people are here to raise the vibration of the planet, to bring more healing and enlightenment to the planet, to human consciousness, and maybe you want to support that. Regardless if you feel as if you're a starseed, light worker, twin flame, or what. Maybe you could support that. Maybe you can see the value in such healing therapies and divine practices and modalities. Maybe you just want to see more people doing good with that. Maybe you would like to see this sort of positivity rather than videos and fear-mongering, even though some of that is stuff we need to know about. A lot of it is fear-mongering. A lot of it is lower vibrational. And so maybe you just would like to see more of this on the internet. And maybe that's why you want to support a ministry like mine. Maybe you have the money right now. Maybe you have some support to offer. And if you do, thank you. If you don't, that's fine. It doesn't offend me either way, because Spirit has already counseled me about this for the most part. And some of this is new to me. I never imagined myself running a ministry. That's not how the journey started. That's not what I thought I would be doing. But it is what I'm doing now. We got some cards flipping out. So let me take a look. Angel of Strength, Healer of the Ages. We have 7th Chakra, Uriel, and we have the Door to Personal Happiness. I think that's all just confirming what I talked about, if you think about what those messages are, if you're familiar with them. Okay, so let's get back. I want to get back focused. And I've already burned some sage, did some prayer blessing. We thank Jesus and the angels for helping give these guided messages at this time to the collective for the divine masculine and feminine energies. Yep, I hear my daughter waking up. I probably woke her up because I feel like I'm talking a little bit loud. I do that sometimes. My ears I have ear trouble, so sometimes I don't know how loud I'm talking. I should tell you guys that, because in my videos, my voice might go up. I might make some pauses and weird ways in which I talk. It has to do with my ear trouble. I do have some sort of ear trouble that I deal with. It's gotten much better over the years, which is why I'm able to sit and do these readings. I'm still not able to wear headphones. There's certain things I can't do. Sometimes I can actually wear some headphones, but not for long. It really is very, very painful and a discomfort for me. And even just being able to do these videos was a huge challenge, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. There's some things that I deal with in my life that I don't share with everybody. And sometimes I do, but that's one of them. This is a huge challenge for me. whereas it might not be a huge challenge for a lot of other people, the angels help me with it. Not only do I have eye trouble, and I have like dealt with some chronic pain and some illnesses and things like that, but I just have like these issues that I was born with. Good morning, sweetie. I was born with the eye trouble and the ear trouble, guys. It's something I've dealt with for 43 years of my life. So these are like impairments that I deal with, and trust me, the Lord helps me and the angels help me so much with this, but sometimes I'm in a lot of pain and discomfort, and I've just been dealing with it for my whole life. I have TMJ disorder in my jaws. It's not like grinding your teeth at night. It's a little bit more extreme than that. It's a really painful thing. It used to cause me extreme headaches and stuff like that. But like I said, the healing and the angel therapy has all been helping me. So, but again, like sometimes I just like might be loud on my videos, or my voice might be one way, then it's different. And some people are a little thrown off by that. I'm thrown off by it. But it's just not much I can do about it. It's just part of something I deal with. And, you know, as I continue on, the better. So we're going to look at the divine masculine and feminine and how they're mirroring, what the feminine, how are they mirroring, what the universe offering, how's their source connection going. What can bring things to balance? What is balance? Just an outlook, a general outlook on the connection, on the flame unions who may watch this video, dear Spirit. Thank you, dear Spirit. I know you're ready for me to stop shuffling. Let's get it going. I'm ready for the video to work right. So my videos, my connection's acting a little weird, so I just decided to continue shuffling. Getting clear with Spirit about what we want in this reading. Let's see how we do on that, and then we'll move those aside for now. Fill out the energies and get clear on my message before I start pulling cards. It's just the way I like to do it. So we have possibly some hostile thinking going on with this masculine energy. We have the door to Spirit still open in the masculine's heart, and we have walking away in the on the masculine side, which could also just mean willing to walk away, or allowing the cycles of life and not controlling things, or deciding to walk away from something altogether. It could mean any of that. With the door to Spirit open, whatever you're walking away from is for the highest, best good, and that's something we know. And then, oh, this looks so good. Ooh. Oh, boy. Wow. This is interesting already. Oh, goodness, female. Goodness, feminine. Wow. I had to just look at what is going on. Oh my goodness. We have a masculine showing hostile thoughts, an attitude of walking away, possibly, with the door to Spirit open, the universe offering this. It completely, the feminine energy over here's got deceit. Woman holding a coin, she's in reverse. Broken heart. Oh my goodness. In the root, in the foundation of the union, there's a broken heart on the feminine side. There's deceit within the higher realms. There's hostility in the higher realms. But at the heart of things, we're not in terrible shape here. But this has to do with the foundation. Like, maybe you're willing to walk away a little too much, masculine. Maybe the masculine's a little too hostile going on. What? No, what? Shh, we need lots of clarity on this reading. Jeez, let me pull some more cards. Somebody's masculine's hostile about the contract. Why is there deceit? Oh my goodness, guys. We're going to need a lot of clarity on this. Anxiety. She has anxiety. Maybe she fears him walking away. And this might be causing him to have hostility. So...
Hey, Mommy. I got good dreams.
You do?
Yeah. It's about rainbow unicorns, candy canes, and about Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You had that kind of dream?
Yeah, it's the best one.
That's good, baby. That is real.
And it has me in there because it's you and me
Yeah.
and the whole family eating candy canes, open presents.
Oh my goodness.
And decorated the Christmas tree.
That's what we're going to be doing.
And eat candy.
She's excited. Little Christmas cheer going on here. Okay. This is really interesting. These are repeat cards. We already had the contract. We've already had this card. It was in reverse in the last report. We've already had this card. It was on the feminine side in the last report. Now it's showing up as how things are being married. There's anxiety. There's anxiety about the union in general. There's anxiety about either your past heartbreak or getting your heart broke or you're feeling heartache or something. The feminine, she's showing up here with her coin in reverse. Why is she in reverse with this deceit over here? I don't like it, guys. I'm not liking this. But let's get some clarity on it because it really does not look all... I mean, at first glance, it looks bad. But I think I know why it's like this. I think I have because I've been channeling some messages from Archangel Michael and the angels and God. My daughter said and God. And I think I know why this is happening. So let me go be with my daughter for a little bit and come back for part 2 on this. And I'll share some more energies. I'll share this to my Facebook and like let people get in, see if anybody's interested. Yes. Wow. This is crazy interesting. I gotta go so I can get back to this, guys. Come back and check it out. I'm gonna do a part 2 live on this Divine Masculine Feminine report. See what's going on with these energies. All right, love you guys. Bye.